He's 24, so he already has he already had like a hell of a career. So like I said, he's going to Man United now, and I think it's a great team, great fan base, a great stadium. So it's a great club for him to play.
And you're not going to be scared to kick him then, if you need to?
Oh, no. If I need to, I will. I mean, not like I won't injure him, but I will stop him. I'll try.
You had a tough run of you in terms of the number of games, injuries, international call-ups, and it's been a rough time, I guess.
Just the last 10 days have been rough. That all teams deal with it. You gotta just find ways to get through it. And prior to that, we had 10 games unbeaten, so we just gotta focus on the things that made us successful. And what a better, there's not much of a better situation than playing Man U.
Obviously, you've got quite a number of young guys in your roster. Can they learn a lot from playing against players of the calibre we're going to see here?
Absolutely. It's they'll have an added balance in their step because they're playing such a quality team and quality players. But at the end of the day, they're two human beings going after each other, and we're just going to make sure that we're collectively very, very good and just do whatever we can to put in a good performance.
Well, I wonder what it'll be like up against LA Galaxy. We'll find out very soon indeed. David May is back from having his dinner and a bit of a flirt with those outside.
Beautiful lamb, Stowley. Lovely chicken underneath, a few sausages, and them ribs are great.
Right down your alley there.
Knock a bit, Joe. Hey, they were quality, baby.
It's quite fun out there though on a match day, isn't it? The old families getting together, having a barbecue and getting...
Hey, it's unreal. Like I say, you can't do that in England because of the weather, but you have certain little groups of areas. You got the Mexicans and you got the Americans. Then you have all different types of foreigners from England, from Scotland, everything. Absolutely brilliant. And they're all just having beers and having food and barbecues. It's great, really good.
Great fun. Nice to see you sampling a bit of fun and some good food out there as well. Of course, tonight LA Galaxy, we just sort of heard from a little bit there. I know Ashley Cole is part of the LA Galaxy setup, of course, former player under that man, Jose Mourinho. There they are, meeting up again after all these years. Ashley Cole, part of a team at the moment, struggling a little bit, Coley, Yorkie rather, 8th out of 11 in the MLS Western Conference at the moment. Struggling to find the form that they had when they had the likes of Beckham and Gerrard and people like that in the team.
Yeah, they've been the focal point of the MLS for a number of years. One day they sort of restrict, so to speak, or the era. Been very consistency over the years, and of course we know LA Galaxy has been always associate themselves with massive players, obviously the Becks and Gerrard and Keane and those guys. And Ashley is the only one that remaining at the moment, so they're probably taking a little step back and try to bring through other maybe young American players. But in terms of what the club and the iconic, this is one of the iconic teams in America, MLS. And so, yeah, we expect a reasonable tough game. They're into their season, we know that. But these players now will come back raring and ready to go.
That's the key point though, isn't it, Maisie? That people perhaps look at this and go, well, Manchester United should beat LA Galaxy. But the fact that LA Galaxy are in their season, United are out of season, that's the key in this game, isn't it? It's the fitness angle.
Yeah, and Yorkie will tell you, the first 2-3 games, it's finding your legs again. You can do all the training in the world. It won't get you to that match fitness, that match sharpness that these games will bring you. We've got some tough games coming up, Barca City and Real Madrid. 2 nice little games to set us off. And then, we're nearing up to the start of the season. So, but these are, the games that'll find your legs. And then once you get your legs, then your fitness will come on leaps and bounds.
Indeed, and of course all those games live here on MUTV, so it'll be good to have your company for all of those. Are packed next couple of weeks right here on your channel with games left, right and centre. And indeed, of course, we've started this tour in LA. We've been sampling life in LA over the course of the last week and meeting up with some famous faces.
excited.
Yeah. No, we're mad. We're mad Man U fans, aren't we?
And we're trying to be very cool, but inside we're jumping up and down. Very exciting. And our new signings. And
yeah. So this is the day that Lukaku joined.
I'm putting together a few things. I'm actually putting together a show about the Premier League, which hopefully will happen next year. I want to go week in, week out with this show. The American audience, or the American people that are trying to buy the show from me, don't understand why we need to go week in, week out, and I'm trying to educate them. So we're trying to bring them up to speed with that. They're still a few years behind in terms of how we feel about football shows in England.
I've been a long time United fan, and this is my very first time at training. Very excited.
I've never seen a professional soccer team being coached, how much the coaches, the manager interacts with the players about what they want. So it's pretty cool for me.
So you greeted him like a long-lost friend when you saw him, so is
He's a legend. I'm calling him a legend.
Well, it's been great to catch up with all those famous faces. I know you like the glitz and glamour of LA in particular, don't you? And we think as we watch the players continue to warm up here, it's a great place to come just to get that sort of sample of the glamour and the glitz that comes with Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood is a great place. If you've never been, you've got to come here because you just get a sense of why people enjoy being in LA. Yeah, we know that LA is, as you said, the glamour and the glitz, but there's other side to it, and we love the beach. The food and the people are great here as well. There's a mix of multicultural people here that really makes the city vibrant, and I like that about the LA. Yes, there's a lot of people who are attracted to the bright lights, but there's other things and other stuff to do here, and that make the place such a wonderful place to come to.
And indeed, I suppose the players have to sort of enjoy the fact that they're in LA, but they also have to put that to the back of their minds. We're looking at various players out there now getting ready for tonight's game, including the likes of Henrik Mkhitaryan, who was terrific in the Europa League last season. Very much looking forward to him really taking a grip of the Premier League this season.
Yeah, and I think that was, sort of the honeymoon period, so to speak, is over really. I think when you tend to come to Manchester United, I think that the fans are forgiving. People are sort of bedding into the new environment in terms of what Manchester United is all about. Now he's got a taste of it, and now hopefully we will see the true Mkhitaryan. We've seen it in periods of time in the Europa League, but not consistent enough in the league. And I'm sure that is something that he is fully aware of, that he will want to be better at. And the Premier League is a demanding league, but now that he's got a taste of it, what is expected? But a terrific player, a player that I had a lot of admiration for, and certainly when he's on form, that you get Man United ticking as well. So we expect a lot from him this season. I'm sure he's expecting the same from himself as well.
And one of those players who we know can weigh in with goals. I mean, averaged 1 goal every 4 games last season. So, I mean, if he can increase that, that's terrific. But it's also very healthy to see that kind of ratio coming in from midfield.
Well, that is something that Man United has always been blessed with. Yes, we always got an out-and-out goal scorer who gets you 25+ goals a season. But ultimately, he's a creative player as well. But being a creative player also have to add goals to his tally. And you can see that he's got that, goal scoring ability. Before he came to our football club, he was a top scorer in the Bundesliga. So he's got that ability. Now he has to get himself in that position, take his opportunity when it matters. Because, as you said, with players coming in, the expectation is really high now. He's got a taste of the Premier League. He's got all the talent. He's got all the attributes. Now he's got to show what the real Mkhitaryan is about. And I feel that this guy, once the manager let him just go and express himself, then it's no doubt that he will be a success again.
Indeed, and of course the man he's trying to impress tonight above everybody else is Jose Mourinho, who met with the world's media yesterday, started by talking about his new number 9.
It's quite a great experience, the fact that we played together. We worked together already for a few months, and during the time where I was at Chelsea and at Man United and he was at Everton, our relationship was always very close, in spite of didn't work very well for us together. The relation was good, he's intelligent, he's polite. We kept always the contact, we kept always the good feeling, and now we are back. We are back together in different moments of his career and in my career, in different circumstances. And I have no doubts that it is going to work, because as I told him and to Lindelof, I told them both in the day we started that they were very lucky, very, very lucky to belong to such a group. And I'm not saying they are lucky because of their that they don't deserve it by the professional point of view, because they did very well at Everton and Benfica to deserve to come to a giant like Manchester United. I told them they were lucky because the group is really special group, and is amazing for a player to change club and to feel that the group is really fantastic. And that's what they are feeling after 3 or 4 days, and it looks like they are here for a long time.
Yeah, they've settled very well. I think the squad that we've got at the moment, it's an easy squad to integrate very quick in, and obviously Paul and Romelu are very close. You can see that off the pitch, and hopefully they do well on the pitch together as well. Romelu settled in very well. You see what he did last season for Everton. The amount of goals he scored, and the amount of goals he scored in big games. So if you can bring that to the table with Man United, it'll be a massive help. He's a very strong lad. Very physical presence, and I think he's going to cause defenders problems this season. We've seen it in training. We've already witnessed what he can do in training, and if you can bring that to the table in a match, it'll be very helpful for us. Everyone plays a part in the team, and especially for Man United, it's a massive club, and you've got to try and be involved in as many goals as possible. And obviously I think I'm working on at the moment, and a lot of us are in training as well. So if we can bring it out in the game and help the team, in which way we can, and it'll be a massive help for the club. I'm 24 years old now. I've been around the club, a very long time. Been around the first team for a couple of years now. So you could say that, and there is a lot of responsibility. You're playing for the best club in the world, so you've got to. You've got to take the plaudits and you've got to take the criticism as well.
Jesse Lingard and Jose Mourinho speaking to the world's media yesterday. We're going to hear very shortly from our commentators for tonight's game, but before that, let's go outside and find out what on earth David May is up to now. Maisie.
Okay, so where we are with 11 fans, mix of Galaxy and Manchester United. This is vote with your feet. So first question is, Lukaku to your right, Pogba to your left. Ooh, that is a split. Lukaku with 1, Pogba with 10. Okay, back in the middle. Next question. Is it soccer or is it football? Soccer or football? Oh, 5-6, that's soccer wins 6-5. Okay, back in the middle. I'm sure I know which way this is going to go. David Beckham or Steven Gerrard? Beckham, Gerrard. I love that. I love that. I love that. Whitewash. Beck spins, okay? Back in the middle. Final question. Who's going to win tonight? Galaxy or Man U? Galaxy, Man U. That's another whitewash. And we've got a few hanging on in the background. Okay? Thank you very much for joining us there with the vote with your feet. Cheers, guys. Enjoy the game.
Thanks for that, mate. He's having a bit of trouble with his right and left there, but remember Beckham or Gerrard? Well, Beckham is here tonight. I think he's just been in the dressing room, had a great career, obviously at United, had a great career at LA Galaxy as well. Great to see him here for this first pre-season friendly for United. Paddy alongside me, along with Bojan, who's up here in the commentary box. And first of all, you boys have been digesting the system. It's a bit of a change for the new season. What do you think that the thinking of the manager?
Well, Jose played that system at Chelsea and was very successful with it. I said before, Stuart, lots of times, I think he'll play the system that will suit whatever team he's playing against. I don't know what Bojan thinks of that.
The thing is as well, you need the quality. You need the players if you're going to go 3 at the back. You need 3 solid centre-backs. And then the most important part, it's not the centre midfield, it's your wing-backs. Because the risk, if you're actually being on your back heels, that you end up in a 5 at the back instead of 3. Wing-backs need to push on, and that's because maybe we've been linked with such a likes like Ivan Perisic to cover that left side, and the left side is where we had problems. Luke Shaw has been injured, Darmian is filled in, Daley Blind is filled in, while on the other side you had Antonio Valencia, he's always there, and now the young Timothy Fosu-Mensah as well. With his pace and strength, maybe that system would suit him to be an even better backup than it is. Yeah,
it'll be really interesting to see whether United play that system very often this season, but they're going to be playing it tonight. Remember, 2 separate 11s, it'll all change at half-time, it's still the same system. Watch that here on MUTV. Looking forward to this first game of Tour 2017 presented by Aon. As we've seen lots of stars out and about during this trip to LA, and all the first teams are here as well, but also the Manchester United soccer schools have been doing their very usual good work here in California.
You babies.
Very tired. Tell us what this event's all about today, Mike.
Today is all about giving these players who have won the Adidas Tango League in their region. So we've got players from New York, LA, and all across the UK. So it's a session with us, really, obviously, to integrate with the legends, with Brian, with Dennis, Mikhail, and Bojan, and Dwight, to integrate them together, ready for tomorrow's big final event where they play against each other for the ultimate prize of winning the Adidas Tango League.
The young lads, but they're competition winners, and they're going into a final, I think, in the next few days. So they're having, you know, the training skills today from the boys from the soccer schools. But it's great to come and join in on something like this, because I tell you, they've got a little bit of talent. Maybe it's a little bit too quick for us at our age, right? But no, they're really competitive, and it's a good standard, and it's nice to work with people like that sometimes.
No, it's nice to keep it going, you know. Play as long as you can, and especially with those youngsters, it's fun, and there's a little bit of competitiveness, which is good.
The legends have done an unbelievable job keeping up with them, physically, technically, but you can also tell that they're listening to them. You know, the players are listening to the legends, trying to get a little bit of advice for tomorrow. So no matter how good they are, they're still listening to them. It's a great experience for them, isn't it, playing with these players.
And great to carry on the good work by Man United Soccer School as well.
It is, and obviously when we come on tour to the US, it's important for us to come into the community and work with players from all different backgrounds, whether it's the advanced game or whether it's the grassroots game. And I think this is a great example of bringing players from all different countries together, and once you get the football out and you play football, you just get on with it. And hopefully, as much as they'll try and obviously want to win tomorrow, they'll have made a few friends from New York, from LA, from all across London and the UK and Ireland.
some very talented youngsters there in the Tango League setup. I'm delighted to say as well, the final was played yesterday between the UK and the US. I'm very pleased to say, no harm to our hosts, but the UK actually won the final. The presentation of the trophy was last night with Jose Mourinho. And Dwight, you watched the final. What did you think of the talent?
Yeah, it was great. And these guys certainly look much better than a five-a-side player. Some of them seems to have got what it takes to be professional players, but clearly, for some reason, they just seems to not make it. But nevertheless, it was still a good competition. It's nice to see that players are still getting given a chance, even though on a smaller pitch. But yeah, it was good, it was healthy, it was competitive. But of course, the UK came out on top. I think they were a little bit more streetwise than the American. The pitch was a tiny too small, to my opinion. But nevertheless, both teams really had a go at it. And unfortunately, the UK team came out on top.
Well, just as we were talking there was T-shirts being fired into the crowd via a T-shirt gun, which is always fun. Certainly caught your imagination there, Matey. Good to have you back in here, by the way.
Enjoyed that, yeah, really good.
That could be your new vocation at Old Trafford, firing
shirts at people. Yeah.
I'm not sure you was looking at the T-shirt, though.
No.
What do you mean, Jock?
Well, you never know quite what's going to happen when these two are around, or when you go outside and meet the fans. Voting with your feet this time, I like it.
Yes, it was yeah, quite interesting. As Stuart said there, my left and my right, because it was the opposite, but it got me a little bit confused. But I'm not a presenter, I'm not one of those people, so just a little bit of fun. But I enjoyed it, it was good.
Indeed, we'll see what we can get you stuck into next time when we're down here in match day 2, which of course is in a couple of days' time. Now, of course, we've got many talented cameramen here at MUTV, but for a few moments during the course of the week, we handed the cameras over to the players to get up close and personal with the Manchester United squad in training.
It's all about the fans.
How was training?
It was good, very good. I win today. We won. Very good, so I'm happy. America, sunshine, you know, it's great.
Having a good time?
Good time.
Yes!
You have to cut now.
There we are, up close and personal with the Manchester United boys at training. Shows that they're all having a good laugh as well as working very hard indeed.
I think that is important. I think the camaraderie between the players is very, very important. Yes, in pre-season, yes, it's going to be hard work, but equally you want to make sure that the players enjoy themselves. And looking around and looking at these players, there seems to be fun. You know, some of the players are here at the football club for a year, so they're getting more comfortable in the environment. That's nice to see. And I think that's healthy when you see that kind of stuff, that the players are interacting with each other. Yes, some people might not like all the fancy handshakes and all the kind of stuff, but that's part and parcel of the game now, and we just got to get on with it. At the end of the day, once the score goes and play well and win football match, that is what it's all about.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I steer clear of. I'm only going to make myself look daft. But maybe Maisie will be trying that at some point with some of the people outside.
Yeah, man. Well, we're just the handshakes. That's none of this dabbing and all that palaver. No.
Keep it nice and simple. Plenty inside the stadium now. Looking forward to match day 1 on tour, including the LA Galaxy mascot. There he is, enjoying himself. It's called soccer. Well, is it? I don't know. I mean, that's what they say over here. Is it ever going to be soccer for you?
No, never. Nah, not soccer. I mean, that's American thing. I'm afraid. And football is what is known around the world. Only in America, they're always a little bit different from the rest of the world, as you can see. But it has to be football. It's not a sport than football.
Great fun, though, on this pitch tonight. Indeed, plenty looking to enjoy it. We're going to hand over to our commentary team now. A busy commentary box tonight. Bojan Djordjic, Paddy Crerand, and first, Stuart Gardner.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Los Angeles. Wherever you're watching tonight, whatever the time is, it's great to have you with us as United kick off Tour 2017 here in California. And just like 3 years ago, a tour starts with a game against LA Galaxy. You remember in 2014, United put 7 past their hosts. I wonder if we'll see another thumping win today. I've got Paddy alongside me up here in the commentary box, Bojan Djordjic as well. I suppose it's a strange one because United are right at the very start of 10 months of action, whereas LA Galaxy are bang in the middle of their season.
I thought you said it was a strange one that me and Paddy are here with you as well. It's a strange one. Of course it is, Stuart, but for me, these friendly games, it's all about habits, doing the right things, because when you start pre-season with right things, you're going to take on them habits into them when the season starts. And it feels much better now than it did last season in China, with the game cancelled, facilities not the best. In America, UCLA, facilities have been good, and also the players are improving and they are gelling together.
Good. Is that all? I've never seen anything like the facilities they've got here at that college we went to. Did you see anything like that?
It was unbelievable.
I don't think there's any of the professional teams in England get anything like that. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding facilities here. For United tonight, a new season and a new system. The Reds going with 3 at the back to give them perhaps a little bit more flexibility and adaptability as the season goes on. So that means the new boys, Lindelof and Lukaku, they're going to play in the second half. There's going to be 11 changes at the break.
Well, you're expecting that, Stuart. It's pre-season and the manager will be giving everybody a game and then deciding what his first team is going to be the first day of the season. That's the important thing about pre-season matches, is who's going to be the team. The team that starts tonight won't be the team that will start the season. Who knows? I think everybody at home is probably waiting to see Lindelof and Lukaku to see how they perform. Not played for United before, and coming to United is not an easy thing for players. If you're a new player coming to Manchester United, there's a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, I agree with you, Paddy, there as well. In the first time, I'm really looking forward to seeing Marcus Rashford. I think he's developed. I've only seen him now up close for 5 days, but he's filled in really. He's got the muscle in the right places. He's looking really sharp. So this first half for him, it'll be very tough for this LA Galaxy defense to cope with that pace and that strength that 19-year-old has. It's unbelievable. He's 19 still.
Well, this is Galaxy's 9th game in 30 days, so they've decided to start with a second string 11. All of their more familiar names, Cole, Dos Santos, Van Dam, they're on the bench. 10 of this starting line products of the reserves and the academy.
That's a strange one, that, Stuart, for me, when you think it's a friendly match, more or less. And their fans will be here wanting to maybe think they can do something against the likes of Manchester United. I mean, the last time they got hammered here against United, and I think they'll get hammered tonight again, even more so with that team he's put out in the first half.
I think the head coach on Alfo is feeling the pressure. They're 8th in the league out of 11 teams. They've started really badly. We saw them during the week here. They played a different system with a diamond. It didn't go well. They lost at home. So he wants to rest his best players and focus on the league as well. So giving some youth players, some product academy players the chance to shine against the stars. For United, it doesn't matter if you play the first or second string on LA Galaxy. Do the right things, the things we have seen in training.
Has that affected the crowd to a certain degree when you look at this? You're expecting a full house and it doesn't look as if it's going to be that. Is that because LA Galaxy aren't doing as well as people would hope they would do?
I think if you look at the ground, you only see red jerseys here.
Yeah.
I think it's most of the people are here to see Manchester United, to see a new signing, to see Paul Pogba shine, or see Henrik Mkhitaryan's wonderful feet.
Well, I think we're here for that as well, in actual fact, to see Lindelof in the second half and Lukaku in the second half when they both come on.
Think about that trio just, Paddy. Henrik Mkhitaryan's movement, his creativity, together with Paul, his brain, together with Paul Pogba, and the pace and strength of Romelu Lukaku. I'm really looking forward to that second half as well.
You're making it sound magnificent, aren't you?
It was magnificent. That trio can win us the title, Paddy.
Yeah, well, I think they've got a great chance this year if they can get off to a decent start.
The capacity tonight is 25,500, and there's certainly more than 20,000 tickets sold for this game as the teams line up in the tunnel, which quite unusually is actually behind the goal here at the StubHub Centre. One of the biggest stars, in fact the biggest star ever played in the StubHub Centre, David Beckham, is here tonight as well. I think he's been down in the dressing rooms before the game. Good to see him. But it's fascinating that so many of their star players really are only going to be seen in the second half, because they've got an important game here on Wednesday at home, and they are more concerned about that in the MLS. As you said there, Bojan, 8th out of 11, and they're used to doing much, much better than that. A team who've won the MLS Cup a record 5 times, they're struggling to make the playoffs, the top 6.
They are struggling really as well, so that's because even I'm looking to the second half to see the likes of Jermaine Jones, Roman Alessandrini, the quality players actually want to play against the big ones, because usually rise to the occasion. So it'll be an interesting game. We have started now. We watched training for a couple of days now. Let us play some games and see if that sharpness also reflects these 5 games we have on this tour of America.
That's what players are looking forward to more than anything, is to actually playing a game.
Well, here come the players, and the fans aren't making their way in, because the different sort of the way they do things here is because
still has it, finds Danny Graham. 1-0 Blackburn. Mkhitaryan, too quick. Oh, lovely through ball. Rashford's in. Rashford round the goalkeeper. Rashford, brilliant.
Oh, what a pass from Mkhitaryan.
He sliced Blackburn's defence wide open, and Rashford did what he does best. 1-1.
So you can actually see a pass.
It's great days, isn't it, when we're complaining about the sun, how changed it's been, isn't it? We won't be saying that in a few weeks' time.
So there are the teams then lining up here at the StubHub Centre, and we are going to have the US national anthem sung by a Manchester girl, Dyson. Must be a terrifying thing to do. Yeah. Terrifying thing to do. So that's the first Red 11 of pre-season, and it's going to get busy from here on in. 5 games in just over 11 days here in the States, and the standard of the opposition goes up and up and up. But useful to play 2 MLS teams in mid-season to get your fitness going.
It is very useful, and you should be like that. It's like when you go up the stairs, you're going to jump up to the highest one. You have to go step by step to reach the top, and that's what we're doing here in America. It'll be very interesting to see. I've been very happy with the work they put in during the week. I know you should work during the pre-season, but the quality of the work, even the passing, the sharpness and the intensity has been magnificent. We've seen some very, very good players in a very good squad that should be challenging for the Premier League title next season.
I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen because you're right, when we watch the training, the pace of the training was incredible for what they've been training for a week or so. Yeah. Usually when your first week you're band-jacked after that, you can't breathe hardly. But they look in great condition, the players.
There are officials. Kevin Stott is our referee, and Michael Carrick, of course, the new Manchester United captain. Proud for him.
I'm so happy for Michael to get this opportunity as well. He's the right club captain as well. We were talking about it during the training. I said he's the only one left of that old era, and somehow he personifies this team. He's been there, he's won it. It's important for the young players to have like Sir Michael Carrick when they enter the dressing room.
He's been my favourite player, I've got to say, for the last, since more or less he came to Old Trafford. When you think, Stuart, the first year he came, the abuse he used to get from our fans about his ability and all that sort of stuff. He's been absolutely fantastic player for Manchester United. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, Michael Carrick turns 36 actually. Well, we're out on tour in just a couple of weeks' time, but not sure that really matters because he's never relied on pace or anything like that, is it? Just a clever player.
Stuart, when you play football, you have to rely on your brain. Not many people have that, and Michael Carrick possesses a footballing brain. The way he passes a ball, the way he moves, the way he always makes other people better. Every time he played, he made Paul Pogba better during the last season because Paul didn't have to go down and collect the ball from the defense because he actually had trust in Michael Carrick's feet that the ball would eventually come, and he was more dangerous. We were more dangerous.
Bojani's the player you would want to play with, wouldn't you? I mean, I've admired him for a long, long time since he came to Old Trafford. Been a big fan of his.
All right, here we go then for the first game of Tour 2017. We're finally ready, although there's still smoke around the whole of the stadium. Those fireworks, but I'm sure it'll disappear pretty soon. I'm sure the music will stop quite soon as well. The referee has a look around. He's waiting to get the signal and get us underway for this first game. Music stops. Time for football.
Finally.
The first of 5 games in 11 days to kickstart Tour 2017, presented by Aon. StubHub Centre to the south of downtown LA, that's where it all begins. Galaxy slap bang in the middle of their season, whereas United are just starting a 10-month journey, one that we hope ends in glory.
And Stuart, already here in the beginning, if you're looking at the Los Angeles Galaxy, they're playing that diamond I was talking about. It's number 25 Garcia that plays in front of the back four, and number 19 Villarreal is going to be the support to Lassiter McGurney up front.
United with this, I suppose we have to call it experimental formation of playing 3 at the back. It did play it a few times last season, most notably against Rostov in the Europa League. Tried it 1 or 2 other times as well, but it's quite handy if it's you can switch to that or change your formation. It makes you a bit more adaptable.
Well, it's been different. When you look at Manchester United for God knows how many years, Stuart, they've always played with 2 wingers, haven't they? And now you've got fullbacks more or less that are wingers trying to get forward.
Jones to Valencia, the Players' Player of the Year, had a brilliant campaign.
Offside.
Flag up there against Herrera, right in front of the official.